Hello, ZSR. Welcome to Skele versus Spleebie in the All Dungeons RMG League. This is, well, I'll let the commentators tell you what this is. We've got Malmo and Chex here on comms, and I'll hand it over to them.
Thank you, Fox. Hello, Malmo. What is this?
What is this? This is All Dungeons Restricted Major Glitches League, piggybacking on the NMG League concept of 3 weeks of Swiss brackets, where you play against people in your weight class. And boy, what a weight class it is. Everybody in this, this is the second bracket. This is the Eastern bracket. And everyone is like pretty close to each other in PB, and each race has been basically anyone's game.
Yeah, there's potential for any number of disasters, great and small. There's been PBs during League, there's been PBs before the start of races, so runners have been getting better and better. And they're off. So, it's restricted major glitches, which covers most out-of-bounds glitches, and we'll see screen wraps and screen scrolls and mirror wraps and all kinds of good stuff.
And I believe we'll also be seeing a very similar route between the runners, with the main difference being that Skele will be getting hooked the silver arrows before pod.
Oh yeah, that's right. Skele picks up silvers.
Just based on splits alone. That's what it looks like.
And that's early. Silvers are good for a lot of the run. In particular, Helmasaur King, which is a gatekeeper in this category.
And in this route, it's also good for Vitreous, because Vitreous is a really dangerous fight.
Oh yeah.
You don't have as many hearts as you do in NMG, so you have to actually do the fight correctly, or else it gets very dangerous very fast.
Mm-hmm. And it's a bit of a safety, you know, so it's a time loss. And so silvers save time, but overall, silvers save time on some bosses, but overall it's a bit costly to pick them up. And I found that it costs about 30 seconds overall net.
What's interesting is that Spleebie's PB, according to his splits, 1:12:20 it's faster than Skele's 1:12:38, but not Silver Arrow's faster.
Yeah.
So it doesn't mean that Skele is just purely losing time. Like, maybe the Silver Arrows are allowing him to finish more runs, or just do faster strats in rooms. For example, in Mire, you don't have to worry as much about your health. You can go a little faster. Both runners going for some safety select buffers for Lonk. This is something that became popular in this league when people realized that they wanted race safety, and that an easy way to do that is to not fail Lonk.
You love to see it.
The Lonk consistency has been very high, especially among people who select buffer.
Yeah, and what we saw from Spleebie was a few extra buffers, and we were looking for a Q. Now, if I were Spleebie, I would be looking for a shadow Q, and it was a bit covered up by the enemy coming from below. So it was a bit hard to see, and I think that Spleebie did not make it onto the safest pixel.
No, I believe he was high, but also the guard was below him and not too far to the left or right. If the guard is on your left, it's dangerous. You want him to be on your right and then hit you from that direction. But if you're not on the good pixel, then even that can fail. But if the guard is directly below you, it's a little safer. And that's usually when you're having that problem of not being able to see your cues. Skele is having a faster trip to Eastern, mostly on this clip Spleebie is struggling a little bit with. You got the guard talk, and had to redo it. Skele also not taking any chances with citrus clipping. I expect to see Spleebie citrus clip because he likes to do it.
Yeah, and he just practiced it before the races.
So
this is a shortcut.
Don't really expect to save time on this most of the time, but they do it because they like to.
Yeah.
It's like you're in a glitch category. You want to do the glitches, and you can save time.
Mm-hmm.
I think Spleebie may have saved time there, maybe a couple seconds.
So here we go. We're in Eastern Palace. This will look a lot like it does in NMG. So we've got all the good stuff. The Stelfo spawn skip, the anti-fairy skip. We only have 3 hearts, though. Yeah, so if I were Spleebie, I would want to reset. Just because it's tough to lose 15 to 30 seconds at the beginning of the run. But that's okay, it's a race setting. And we just gotta roll with what we start with.
In races, you don't usually expect to PB, but it can still happen. But when you've gotten this far in and you've already lost time, you can relax a little and just try and play the best game you can. Your opponent will probably have disasters too. They just might happen later. Skele is very much on pace entering Eastern, minus 15. So whatever he did there was good for him.
Yeah.
I think he had a really good river fought.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Skele is on one-hit KO. He took an extra hit somewhere like early, like after, like Stalfos Room or something, and he goes down to 1 heart because of the damage boost. You might have done the backup strat or just gotten hit somewhere. Makes this back part a little more dangerous because of every enemy in the game can kill him now.
No chest turn for Spleebie.
A hardy chest turning. That's how you save time, right? Spleebie can take a hit from any enemy and survive. The cannonballs are a little dangerous for Skele. They're RMG, and he gets lucky. Doesn't have to dodge anything. How the route changed in the last 3 years. This is not the best representation of the route changing in the last 3 years.
Yeah. In the last 3, yeah, it'll be about the same. But
oh my God, Spleebie! You can't slash those. Good gosh. I can't believe he didn't die there. I thought the aggro would just go right through him, but it looks like the tinking may have protected him slightly by knocking him backwards. You can still die to Ormos, but this is a scripted fight, so if you just do it correctly, it shouldn't happen. Yeah, he gets an extra arrow. It's not ideal. He really wants 7 coming out of here, but 6 is the minimum. Actually, I'm not sure how it calculates with doing pod this early. Maybe he wants a different amount than I'm used to. I know you want 7 for pod when you're not doing early hook. I don't really know what you're supposed to do with early hook when you're also doing pod. I actually never figured that out because I never did that route. Do you happen to know?
The difference between what now?
Like, how many arrows are you supposed to have in pod? And where are you supposed to get arrows for early hook?
Yeah, I'm not sure, really.
You need the 6 for the early hook itself, and then you need a certain number for pod, too. You have to have a plan to recover the arrows that you spend in pod to still have enough for early hook.
Alright, so Skele is out in the overworld. Where's he going?
Skele's going to the mountain, same place as Spleebie. They're going to rescue the old man, and then they're going to split up for a little bit.
Oh yeah. So, Skele will be getting silver arrows, like we mentioned earlier, and he'll be briefly a bunny Link, and will be screen wrapped so that he can set his mirror portal in front of Hyrule Castle, which will allow him to clip into the Pyramid Fairy. Will we see that right away?
Yes. Right after mirror, you do the screen wrap and you do whatever method you... No, I actually don't know what method Skele uses. The fastest silver arrows known currently is called Silver Surfer, which involves a swim clip.
I think that's what we'll see, but I'm not.
I hope so.
100%
Silver Surfer is
sure.
really cool, and I was hoping to see more of it in this league, but actually people found different ways to make the route safer than just getting silvers, so we don't see as much of it. Also, people just not being safe is... People deciding to just do the route that they run for PB attempts is also a reason that we're not seeing as much silver arrows.
So there's the screen wrap from Skele. And we're in rain state, so we're seeing the light world enemies in the dark world.
Yeah, it's beautiful. They can't hurt Skele right now because he's desynced from them, but if he wasn't desynced, they absolutely could. And that dash over tells me that we're doing Silver Surfer, which is really cool.
Yeah.
Skele will clip out of bounds here. Still in the screen wrap state. When he transitions, he'll be down at Hyrule Castle, and then he'll do a swim clip here, which is very similar to the one you do for randomizer for Pyramid Fairy.
Meanwhile, Spleebie gets the Kiki skip and is already in Palace of Darkness.
Yeah, one of the reasons silver arrows are safe for pod is that you have silvers for Helmasaur, but also you have an extra heart. Spleebie has to do the Helmasaur fight with 4 hearts, which is you get to get hit once, and then if you get hit more than that, you die. Skele can get hit twice and also has silver arrows for phase 2.
Yeah. Spleebie re-enters the dungeon to load the proper dungeon, as well as restore sprites, which were lost in the map wrap from the top of the bottom of the underworld to the top of it.
I think Spleebie got some rough RNG from the Bari and had to walk around it. I didn't realize that Skele's PB attempts do basement clip. Is the PB also in basement clip, or just because like the thing he's running against has the PB time on it, but it appears to be not the basement clip route. Yeah, it's also possible that this is just not his PB. A nice hammer jump. A nice silver pre-fire for Skele. You get to have silvers in the escape, which is pretty cool. But it also does increase your arrow consumption a little bit. Skele might have to recover some arrows in pod to be able to do early hook. But he also won't spend as many in the Mimic's room. 3 instead of 4. But it's still like most of the arrows you spend in pod don't really care if they're silver or not. It's only one enemy where it changes anything.
We see the advantage of having the mirror and escape with the back half totally skipped, as well as backtracking. And Skele holds the torch to save on lag frames during the text boxes. And there's our sand cart.
He gets a gold escape. Well,
Nice.
We'll see after he does pod why it's important to do the escape that way for this route. Like, this route wouldn't be possible if we were actually rescuing Zelda through the sewers.
Right. Nice bomb throw for Spleebie.
Wow. Skele gets really unlucky. He has a good bomb placement, and then both mold worms get in his way. Good thing is that you have 3 tries.
Spleebie keeps control of the turtles, does not take damage. Even 1 heart of damage would be fine, but it's best to be safe.
He got the key dash. Nice.
Okay, good key dash.
That was the hard one too. Not only did he get the hard version of the key dash where the visual cue is hard to see, but he also didn't neutral dash, so he had less time to read it. Maybe he was just YOLOing it. But, okay, now it's dangerous. It was fine. No, it's not fine.
So,
it's a pretty aggressive Helmosaur pattern.
Yeah.
It's not, usually when we think of bad Helm RNG, we think of fireballs, but like when you are trying to do the fight fast, you usually want him to do this sort of up and down charging, but on 4 hearts, it's really dangerous. And maybe you don't want that. Oh, Skele. All right, PSA to everybody watching and Skele watching back, that the bomb hitbox is a square. So if you're worried about getting hit by your own bomb that's below you, walking Cardinal is not going to take you out of the hitbox if you weren't already in it. He could have stood directly above the bomb and been fine. So Spleebie at least, as a consolation, gets 10 arrow drop from the mimics.
Yeah. If things
Skele's,
go...
Yeah.
If things go haywire, we can use the arrows on Helma.
That's true. It's enough, actually, because you want to have 7 going into Hera. 6 required, but you also want to shoot a switch.
True. To save a second.
Skele's having a little trouble getting on the pixel for the hammer jump. Spleebie doesn't need to E-dash a second time. I wonder if Skele had an easier time getting that first bomb, he would have been able to grab the fairy before doing the second bomb, or the second movement. Alright, Spleebie having a much safer second fight. That always happens. Your refight is always perfect.
Yeah, or the boss just doesn't attack you.
Skele just farming arrows. Probably more than he needs for early hook, but the Silver's route can also be a little bit intense on the arrows for other reasons. You're using them in more places than you would use wooden arrows. Particularly on Vitreous. You technically don't have to, but part of the point of it is safety, and doing the Vitreous fight NMG style is unsafe in some ways.
Just a boom strat for Skele. Spleebie didn't have that option because he has not yet been to escape.
The time difference now is Spleebie's escape versus Skele's Helma fight in Crystal, and then Skele also has a faster Ganon down the road. Yeah, that was not a key dash pixel. Yeah, Skele is still not invincible here. He can't be too sloppy, but it's pretty safe on 5 hearts when you don't have to do anything in phase 2. Just switch the arrows and fire and it's over.
Yeah, so fast. All right, well, what is next for Skele? Next up is Hurley Hookshot. So we'll be seeing a dive into Tower of Hera, but we won't be seeing Moldorm. Instead, Skele will be clipping from Hera to Swamp and picking up Hookshot. Before he gets to Swamp, he'll need to steal a key from Escape, like we mentioned before. And that'll give him an extra Hera key. And the Hera key, which is stolen from Escape, will be used in Swamp. I hope that makes sense.
Yes.
So Skele looked a bit high on that clip. There we go.
Skele will be doing only early hook here and not killing Moldorm, which means that the health that he comes out of the dungeon with is the health that he enters Thieves' Tent with. It is pretty important that he doesn't take extra damage, especially because there's 2 places in the split where he will take intentional damage, and that's one of them.
I never noticed he uses arrows on the 2 beetles. That's really interesting.
That is interesting. It explains why he's getting extra arrows in pod.
Mm-hmm.
You can just use arrows in more places. You can technically do the clip without killing the beetles, but it's pretty tight. You have to set up the bomb very quickly and then slash upward at the beetles while you wait for it to go off. See what Spleebie's doing. He's struggling a little. So it's like taking him too long to get on the pixels, so he has to deal with the beetles. And now there's another one.
Yeah.
Not only did the beetle like knock him back and he had to get back in position, but actually he lost a little time to the door opening because that takes some frames to happen. It's like getting an extra crystal switch hit in Hera Basement. It just costs a little bit of time.
I missed the damage that Spleebie took, but I see that he's on 2 hearts.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I wonder if it happened in Beetles.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, he took
chase
damage there. Oh, I didn't think he did, but he's on 1 heart and takes a death.
Oh, okay.
Not the worst death. It'll heal
Yeah.
him to make the next part faster. This is probably a time-saving death for Spleebie.
Welcome everyone from Zelda Speedruns 2. This is a link to the past. All dungeons, restricted major glitches. So we'll see out of bounds clips and other medium major glitches.
And this is a speedrun race.
That's true, it is.
As evidenced by the 3-digit rupees and the lack of a tracker.
Yes.
Skele taking no chances in petting Zoo. Again, the hearts matter for the next split. Spleebie takes an extra hit in this Moldorm room too. Man, this is a room I don't miss this room.
That Moldorm was a jerk. Alright, so here's a dash clip set up from Skele. We'll see him dash, and then, he charges a dash, and then dashes for 2 frames.
What's interesting that Skele did is that he kept his sword out instead of getting a spin release. I didn't know that you could do that.
Yeah.
I thought it would
Some
mess
people
up your
do that.
movement in some way. Well, you saved the 30 frames of sword spinning if you took too long to get on the pixel.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so Skele gets the fake flipper successful. That's a trick that is it's not hard, it's just if you mess up it's hard to recover the run.
Yeah.
You don't have ammo anymore.
Yeah, well done.
And then the actual clipping is also possible to mess up, but I think there are more ways to recover it than there are to recover a bad fake flipper.
Good. Good buffer for the end of that dash for Spleebie.
Yeah, it's always nice when you get your buffers clean. You don't do any extra buffers.
That's stall.
Yeah. Really stalling for time. Skele doing the Death Mountain Descent is probably the first place in the run where you can hard lock your game. Most people don't have that problem. It's a pretty easy trick if you're once you've done it. You know, you usually do it a lot, especially in the randomizer. So it's not usually a place where people have problems. Skele's having a pretty good run. He's basically like tied with pace coming out of hookshot. I'm not really sure where the time loss came from.
Yeah, I didn't see the time loss either.
Some of it, I think it was mostly pod. He had a bad hammer jump. And maybe some other parts of pod didn't go so well for him, but Kiki Skip, I think, took 2 tries because he got unlucky.
Mm-hmm.
Spleebie has a much more comfortable health total coming out. Part of that might just be the death he took, giving him full health, or almost full health.
He got a heart from the bushes.
Oh, that's right. Skele can farm a heart here, too. He might do that. I see a lot of people... Oh, he didn't. I see a lot of people do that with the hookshot. You can go for the chance of a heart dupe. And usually you want that heart in the dungeon more than you want it in blind, so you take it early.
Skele is a gamer.
Skele had a bad RNG for God Pixel, and missed it anyway, so it was fine.
That dance was incredible. It's awesome that he didn't take any damage. This is why Skele doesn't need the heart.
Ooh, that was close.
RNG for Spleebie, yeah.
Spleebie did the correct thing of like moving off grid in that room too. Like in NMG, you can dash to the blue Zazak and it'll die. In all dungeons, you have Fighter Sword, and the blue Zazaks don't die when you dash through them. So you do the movement slightly different to accommodate for that, so you don't dash into him and then trying to dash north get hit by the Zazak. Spleebie getting a bad RNG in both halves of Hellway, and gets through eventually, but takes a hit.
Yeah.
Oh, it takes a hit there too. That was a hit you don't need to be taking, but it's fine. Just don't die, I guess. Oh, don't use the sword. You haven't died yet. You can use the sword after you die, when they die in one hit. Oh, Skele loses the arrows. No. Oh, let's go. This conveyor room. You can be safe in that room by dashing pretty far to the left, but loses time, so... if you dash down more center or right, then you have a chance of getting zapped, and that can be pretty bad. But if you're on high hearts, you can usually afford to get hit there. It's fine. The danger is that you get knocked into the pit. Not going for the arrows either. Maybe Spleebie's just on route and it's fine.
Oh my gosh. So Spleebie slashes twice to wait out the electricity, but it wasn't enough. Bitey was just talking about this, like...
Yeah, if you dash out of the big chest room, I believe you can be too fast, even with the slashes. I don't know if Spleebie did that.
No, he walked.
Oh, I didn't know you could walk and still be too fast. That's rough. I guess you have to bleed a little time on top of the 2 dashes. You have to be a little bit slow.
Yeah, I normally walk up about 8 pixels and then dash. But yeah, I don't know what's best, really. So, yeah, we are informed from Spleebie that his heart on Death Mountain was a heart dupe. So that's pretty cool. That's why we saw the heart count go up more than we thought. Okay, frog door strat from Skele. You love to see it. Do we get to talk? Yes, we do. We get to talk with like kind of a buffer from the screen while we get the wavy screen transition. We can hold A right at the end of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you don't want to like mash A or hold A too early because there is one frame that can completely wreck you and ruin your game, so don't do that. But this does save time over the other strat, which is the double quick warp. It saves 40 frames. At least that's what I'm told. If somebody tells me how many frames something saves, I tend to believe them until someone corrects me.
Yeah, that's what I recall as well. I don't know whether I Foxless timed it myself.
Skullwoods is not very interesting. By not very interesting, I mean very similar to NMG. Apologies to NMG runners. But it's just NMG. There's not really much to it. I guess you get the book. And you get to save and quit at the end. So you don't menu to mirror in the moth fight. Which means your Skullwoods can be... It's probably a little slower because of the book.
Yeah.
Skele did not fence dash. He didn't even try.
Nope.
He just walked and dashed.
Now that's a frame saver that I don't even know.
You don't know the time save of?
Right.
I thought it was also 40 frames, but I feel like that's a number people just like to say. Maybe I'm
but I don't think it's that much.
The thing I like about fence dash is that it puts you on grid, so that dashing into C-shaped toss is more consistent. At least that's how I feel.
Oh. I would just dash through the mummy if I were Skele. I'm not sure why he slashed and then dashed. But that's a bad RNG strat. So.
Alright, Spleebie getting a good RNG read on that Moblin is one of the harder reads where he's walking to the right, but not the right that you need to delay time. Skele taking advantage of some iframes. He actually walked through a Moldorm and didn't take damage.
Yeah.
Also taking advantage of iframes exiting the dungeon. If you fall in the pit, you can just walk through the enemy. Holy, what in the world was that?
These are the worst.
Spleebie just got mega owned by that Gibdo.
Yeah.
Like, that Gibdo walked at him at warp speed while he was trying to get out of the way. I don't know what you're supposed to do there. That was just unlucky.
Try.
I think Spleebie might have to do some damage reduction. Oh, he's not taking the heart? Okay.
Yeah.
I think I would take that heart, because you can save time by not doing these damage reduction strats. But he also might just do a 1 heart back of skull. It's already died once, why not die again?
You know how Skele took a heart of damage from the fire snake and is now at 4.
Ow. Did he get the bad RNG and dash through it?
He had to wait for the fire snake and didn't position himself right.
Okay. Skele's having a party in the back of skull, but he's 3 hearts going into moth, which is basically the same as 4. waiting out the Wall Master. You're getting an extra... I think he wasn't certain what part of the cycle the Wall Master was on. He probably could have fallen in the pit, but if you're not doing the fight or the room the way you normally do it, you might not have a timer in your head that helps you know. Okay, that was a fight.
That was scary, but Mothula is down.
Very surprised that last hit even counted. But I guess it hit Moth into the brick instead of the spike. Spleebie does a pretty risky Cypher Mumway, but this is what he practices, so it's probably safer for him to do that than to do anything else.
Yes. Especially when I try to do something that I think might be safer, I lose 10 seconds, 15 seconds.
True. And you also die. It's not actually safer. Safety is an illusion.
Yeah. Yo, nice fight.
Okay, Spleebie actually has a really good backup skull. Like, despite all that mummy room nonsense, he actually did really well.
Yeah. And we can save and quit here, and Skele will be off to Hera next. And he has hookshot, so he can Hera pot. And which Hera pot setup will we see from Skele?
I think most people do hook dash.
I don't think Skele does.
You don't think so? Oh, you're right. There you go. Bread pot, I guess. It is. I think hook dash is really hard. And mostly because of the Moldorm. Because you're defenseless. When you are on hook speed, you can't fight the Moldorm except by hooking into it, which is dangerous because you can miss and lose a lot of time. You can miss and then still get hit and lose your hook speed. There's just a lot of ways that can go wrong.
Was that Raiden pot?
That was bread pot.
That was bread pot, okay. I don't... Yeah.
No, that's not Raiden pot.
It's been a little bit
I do Raiden pot. I know Raiden pot.
Yeah. It's been a while since I have done.
Nice. Spleebie had a perfect hair pot.
That was so good.
That was basically as fast as it could be.
Yeah. Alright. Skele, that's always a kind of a tricky hook speed because we want to go fast, but we don't want to fly off of the ledge.
There's a scary hook speed.
Okay, the rarely seen ending the fight with a dash.
Yeah.
On Spleebie's side.
Normally you do one spin and one slash, but Moldorm wasn't giving Spleebie any room to do a spin, I think, so he just went for 3 slashes and or 2 slashes and a dash.
Alright, so we got a screen wrap from Skele, and this is kind of cool because we'll see the Death Mountain super drop, and Skele will wrap around the screen 4 times, twice in a row, and this will take him to the bottom of the map. This is how we get into Mire. Oop. I'm surprised Spleebie jumped that ledge. It was close to a squirrel.
I feel like Spleebie wasn't certain about the movement on that screen last time I saw him run it. Which might have been yesterday. It could just be that he doesn't know the dash lines. Because he had a similar issue last night where he got hit by a squirrel. But also, I don't know the movement, so maybe it just happens sometimes. I might just be wrong about it.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Spleebie's putting in excited in chat. I thought maybe it was because he gets the fast scroll.
Yeah, that might be it. Let's see.
Saves.
We get the fast scroll.
Skele didn't get any scroll. The scroll saves, 12 frames if it's fast? Like Spleebie gets?
You do get it. Yeah, this can save 12 frames. Yep.
Yeah, I'm assuming the can means you can also lose time walking down.
Yeah.
You have to have like a frame perfect to actually save all 12 frames. But it also looks cooler. so it's worth it even if you lose him.
I think it's like the idea of saving 12 frames is like you're holding up and then next frame you hold down, which is not very easy or practical for players.
Well, it's a lot like a chess turn.
Yeah, exactly. All right, here we are at Meyer. A 39 torches for Skele, for what it's worth. And Spleebie gets the 1/Bari and crystal switch. The only problem is when we do that, the key goes a bit low, I think. Actually, there's some drawback that I don't know if I'm describing correctly. Not sure
I don't know the particulars of that room. I remember someone saying that like the beams can be a problem. Oh, Scully dashed too soon.
It just doesn't matter. Okay, thank you, Fox.
No drawback? Okay. I just do the room. I don't know.
Yeah, so what I'm hearing is that it's a wash.
There's so many things in this game that are a wash that it's nice to have options.
Yeah.
People can pick a strat they prefer. I am riveted watching Spleebie's PB video because his PB has a heck of a viddy fight. Wow.
I don't see any red hearts on Spleebie's PB video. They're all black.
He has there is something in the video compression making it look like he has 0 HP. It's true. He has 1, I can tell you that. Skele, you might have noticed, is not going out of his way to get hearts. That's okay. He has silvers.
It is okay.
I think it would be preferable to have 1 heart more than this, just so that, like, if he does mess up and a stray eyeball hits him, he doesn't die. But I don't think he's expecting the fight to go wrong. It's silvers.
Yeah.
You just do the fight. Shoot the eyes, and they die. It's a pretty good spooky.
Yeah.
Like, didn't dash too high up.
That was good. Yeah.
I didn't know you
always
could be
dash
that low.
way high. Yeah, I didn't know you could be halfway up the screen. I always thought you had to like move up past halfway.
If you are too low, I think you usually have time to adjust. Just keep moving up, and eventually that splash damage will hit. Because the splash damage lasts for a decent amount of time. See, that's what I mean, is like that eyeball coming at Skele. Oh my god! That was dangerous.
Yeah.
That is like a surprisingly dramatic Silver's Viddy fight. I'm hoping for less drama on Spleebie's side. He has 7 hearts. But the fight can be pretty dangerous, because sometimes you just die because you hit an eyeball at the very end, and it doesn't matter how many hearts you came in with. If that happened, you just die. But 7 hearts does allow Spleebie to do a safer version of the Viddy fight he's probably used to doing for RMG. And he's still trying to learn the 4 heart strat.
Vitreous fight for Spleebie.
He does the 4
Okay.
heart strat. Okay. That was a little scary, but he does it. I respect it. Like, do the thing you practiced. He was practicing that before the run. Skele gets a gold Meyer and saves a little time. He could PB on this run. I don't know what those later splits look like, but it's only plus 10. Certainly you have 10 seconds to save at some point in the run.
All right, time for desert. We can mirror directly here. We pick up this small key and get the big key here, which is normal for this route. This is skipped if we do the basement clip route, but we won't be seeing that today. Oh, did we mention that Skele golded Misery Mire in his split? You did, and
yeah.
Spleebie did too.
Oh, Spleebie got a gold. Nice. I'm thinking that I kind of just blacked out on Spleebie's Mire, which is usually a good sign. Like if you're in Mire and you're blacking out, it usually means it's just going well and nothing's happening.
Right.
I think most people would call that a flow state, but sometimes it just feels like you blacked out. I don't remember the last 10 minutes, and I guess I got a gold, so I guess nothing happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spleebie's goal is huge, too. It's minus 5.6.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, sometimes it takes a long time to just put everything together in that segment.
Spleebie almost got owned by lockout frames. He's attempted the chest turn. Doesn't get it, but still love to see it. Oh, missed menu for Skele. Oh, Landmo is an underrated benefit of Silver's.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Landmo
no.
can just go so wrong in the Fire Rod fight, and it feels so bad to get anything but at least a fast 2. Sometimes you can't get a 1, but sometimes you get a 3, and it feels so awful. If you have Silver's, the fight's a lot more consistent. It's not... There's no RNG in the Silver's fight, really. You just have control the whole time, and if you mess up, it's your fault. It's a much easier fight. Alright, here's another place runners can hardlock. Hopefully that doesn't happen.
Okay.
Yeah,
any movement different than what I'm used to scares me.
Yes, I agree. I think Skele's like turning down was a little scary. But
down is just one input away from right.
It's one phantom diagonal away, which is scary.
Yeah.
But I'm sure he does that on purpose because it probably keeps him from like dashing through the grass, which can also cause problems. If you dash through the grass and an enemy pops out, it can scare you into tapping right, or can knock you in a direction that you can't recover from, like past to the ice rod cave.
Yep.
There's so many bombs. I guess that's normal. How do people have so many bombs on this route? I guess the answer is they did pod. You get bombs in back of pod.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, Spleebie also having a very uneventful ice rod wrap, which is what we like to see. Spleebie did pod twice, that is true. But Skele and Spleebie have... Skele has more bombs than Spleebie.
Yeah.
I don't have an explanation for that.
Skele plays the drums while waiting for a bomb to blow up. So, TR looking good so far. Oh, Spleebie gets the dead rocked.
Ooh. Yeah, I got the hook speed stair climb, but doesn't really get the benefit of it. Actually, you would probably just cancel stair drag out of that anyway. I don't know if that would be faster to keep your hook speed. Skele doing the classic, being a little too high on the pegs. This room is pretty technical. In both directions, really.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, if you're too slow, you get the soot balls.
It's... yeah. Dang soot.
Alright. Spleebie never learned Gerda walk. I noticed that he wasn't on grid dashing there. I recommend it. It's a lot safer.
Alright, Pokey RNG for Skele coming up.
There's another death for Spleebie that was, like, not that big a deal. He will lose time after TR, having to mirror twice to get to flippers. That's an extra 4 seconds, maybe 3.5. I don't remember if it's a quick warp.
Yeah, I don't recall exactly.
I want to say it is. Spleebie having a better crystal roller.
Oh.
Huh, what happened to Skele? He got hit.
Yeah, he did the
switch, I think.
strat differently than I expected. I would look into an all dungeons strat for that room.
Oh, Spleebie didn't get the RNG read.
Oop.
There's 4 RNGs and only one that matters. You just have to make sure that the top right pokey doesn't move upright. A lot of people will menu buffer there. At least he gets like the... Oh, he gets the fairy too. He actually sacrifices the bunny beam to get the fairy, which I think is wise. Like, he could have just dashed out and had 2 hearts going into Trinix, but honestly, it's whatever.
Nice peg maze for Spleebie.
There's something I realized about TR is that getting the magic drop actually would slow you down on refill frames if you have full health. So like if you get the fairy but you also get the magic, then when you put down your platform, your magic doesn't go back to full. It goes back to slightly less than full. So you actually want to not have full magic, which is kind of weird. It's frames different, but it's still interesting. Alright. Oh, nice Louis hop for Skele.
Yes, that
Skele's-
saves lots of time.
It saves a lot of headache too, because you're not dealing with dead rocks.
Yep.
It's like, you want to go for it because if it goes well, the room is easier. But you do have to be a little careful, because if you do succeed and you keep holding down, you can hard lock your game. You have to be ready to hold up. Or I think it's like upright. After you get that second hop.
Yeah, it's not free. Yeah, I've got to see this shell damage from Spleebie. I missed the Triumnex fight. They went fine for both runners, but I missed this part.
What was the shell damage? Did they just take hit from the shell? Oh, Mrs. Louis Hop. Okay. Thankfully, gets good RNG from the dead rocks and can just continue instead of fighting dead rocks for the next 5 minutes.
Yeah. Alright, and we get a definitely normal Zora's Domain from Spleebie. And in terms of its appearance, it's a little blocky, it's a little bit muddy, but that's okay.
I think it looks like a Mario game.
Yeah, I can see that.
Or even like a Sonic game.
Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. Good read on the spike for Skele. He had to delay just a bit after the swim. Yeah, so here we are in Swamp Palace. We do not need to specky clip. We can just go swim through the flooded room.
Specky Clip is one of the new rando chests introduced by Randomizer.
For sure.
Some people, I think we saw Muffins do it. I think he had a PB that did it. And I've definitely done it too. You go in there and you already have hook shot, and you just think, oh, I specky clip, because that's what you do in this room, and then there's just already water there. Nice anti-fairy skip, by the way, for Spleebie. Well, you do diver down, because diver down saves a lot of time. And it's allowed in this category.
Yeah, that was a good swim. Diver down.
Looks like Skele gets these arrows. I don't know what the arrow route looks like in Silvers. Like, I don't think Spleebie needs any arrows. But Skele looked pretty low. He needs, 6 for Armos, and then he gets 10 afterward. He didn't have 6, he had 4, so... I don't know. No, he didn't get the pot. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the arrow route is. So I know that, you don't menu...
I'd want more than 10.
You don't menu for the fire rod strat, but... Could you save time menuing to bow here and doing a silver arrow?
No, I don't think so.
I suppose it could be laggy.
I need to double check that, but I didn't think so.
Gotta add something to your Silver's timing document.
I do.
The frames you can save on Argus. I bet it doesn't save time simply because of the lag. I think that would be enough to make up for any time save you'd get.
It might.
Oh, this baby does get arrows. Okay.
Give me a second. Maybe I have this.
Actually, don't know why he needed the bomb. You use 2 bombs in ice, and then you come out with 1, and you want 1 for GT.
Yeah, Argus is not in my chart, so I don't know if it's faster or if it doesn't save time at all. I mean, I don't know if I didn't time it or if I timed it to be slower.
The safety, okay.
Okay, mirror wrap coming up as we can now exhale.
We're doing,
Spaces wrap.
Spaces. He misses.
So how is he gonna back this up? I'm not totally sure.
He just backed it up by doing Spaces wrap again. Oh, that's not right.
Yeah.
He wasn't actually on the pixel.
Yeah.
I think he needed to tap down before doing any of that. But if that goes wrong, you can just hook speed clip.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, this is fun.
Yeah, of course.
I wonder if he's just not remembering how to do it. Oh no, saving quick. Okay. That's okay. This might be he knows the run's dead now because he took too long doing that, and also he's way ahead in the race, so he can afford this.
Yeah.
And the backup is to just swim there and lift the rock.
Yeah. Yeah,
a bit of a shame.
That was, yeah.
He was having a good run.
Yeah, you said it all, basically. There are ways to get out of that. Like you said, the sword out hook speed to get into the slope, or you can just swim to get out of it so you don't have to save and quit. But with a screen...
You could also have just backed it up into the old strat. Like when he did the transition, you could move down and then do the wrap normally. But maybe he hasn't been practicing that method. Spleebie is actually gaining some precious time from that. But Skele still has that silver's advantage.
Yeah.
So Spleebie's in a little bit of debt just from that. Do you know how much time silvers save on Ganon?
Yeah, it's at least 40 seconds or around that, something around there. Maybe not at least, but around there.
Well, maybe you save 40 seconds if you have my Ganon. But that does sound like a lot. Relkin says 30. We're assuming you're not Doom Tap, but we're also assuming you're not me. Like, a reasonable player is probably saving 30 seconds.
What do I save? I save 24. Okay, yeah, I just remembered wrong.
I wonder if you were thinking of something else, like how much time you lose from Master Sword versus Tempered, which is a lot more than that, but it's
No,
way
I
more
just
than that.
didn't remember. I misremembered.
Skele has like a strat for Cold Stare that doesn't involve moving up. I kind of like it. But he also does 6 slash, cleans it up nicely.
Oh, wow.
He was in 1-hit KO, so he had
Whoa.
to do the fight correctly. Spleebie does something I'm more used to. And then the single poke dash goes well for him. He also has a lot more health going into ice. And actually, look at that time difference. Like, Spleebie did make up a lot of time on Skele. They're both holding the Ice Palace Crystal. It's definitely more of a race than it was before, but there's still that silver's difference. And very little of the game left for Spleebie to catch up. I see a gold-colored emote in chat. I hope that means what I think it means. I don't think you need to run out of arrows, JD. If you're worried about Ganon, there's Circle of Pot arrows. You just have to remember to get them.
Gold, please. It means Spleebie is asking to gold the 3 remaining segments.
You did get a gold. Minus 1.1 in ice. Which explains a lot of how he caught up so much time to Skele. More than I expected just from Skele's issues. Skele lost a minute, a little less than a minute, compared to PB in ice. Oh, Spleebie almost did the wrong hair clip and caught himself. That's good.
Nice.
I do a lot of these, and they're all different. Some of them are Kiki, some of them are hair clip, and some of them are GT clip. And some of them are super jump. They're just all a little different.
Oh, I just realized I subtracted wrong when I said 40. I think I meant 20.
Oh. But that's also wrong.
Well, my timing was about 24 seconds.
I see.
That's what I saved with my
Your
two
Ganon is also
timings.
pretty good. So what do you reckon is the difference between Skele and Spleebie right now? They're actually just a few rooms apart in GT, but of course there's that silver's difference.
Yeah.
Are we starting to get into Blue Balls territory?
Yeah, but like sort of an extreme difference.
It would have to be a big difference and also a big difference in Spleebie's favor. Which, you know, it could just as easily be a big difference in Skele's favor. Because that's how odds work. Skele actually got a bomb clipped through the wall and had a bit of a problem from that. Okay, Spleebie doing a more, I don't know, traditional strat, I guess. Ooh, interesting for Skele. It wasn't like the Hundo strat, but it looked like it could have been pretty fast. He's getting the arrows. Does he need all these? How many arrows do you use in... I guess you use them in Aga Tower, too.
Well, I wouldn't use more than 16. But, hey, why not?
26 is a lot, but he does... he is almost certainly going to use more than Spleebie is. We're probably not going to see the Circle of Pots arrows.
Now we have 28. Let's go.
Get out with 30. Oh, he could if he wanted to. Man, they really are just rooms apart now. It's going to come down to silvers.
Yeah, I hope Spleebie finds them.
Did you find my arrows in the dark world?
They're not yours. Okay, gauntlet for Skele.
It's a good G1. You could have gotten more arrows if you needed them. Too bad you can't turn off silvers. They cause a ton of lag.
Yeah. Nice G2 arrow shot.
Ooh, that's a good recovery.
Yeah,
Takes a
Skele's
hit.
just using arrows wisely as a tool. Another G2 arrow for Spleebie.
Oh, wow. And,
I love that momentum, but it didn't work for that fireball.
oh! He went for G5 arrow and got the bad RNG for it.
Yo!
But,
That
actually,
splash damage.
I think our room time ended up being fine because the fire routed, had really good reaction fire routing the other enemy. He's down magic though, he's going to have to get the pot.
Oh, Skele does use some Aria strats here. I knew that.
I don't know. I think it's good because silvers are laggy. I don't know. I don't know if it's worth the menu, but it probably is. And also, silvers like arrow strats are kind of hard.
Yeah, they're just too hard.
They're hard. Getting a 1 cycle in Wizrobes 2 it's hard. Oh, they're in the same room now. Spleebie is like actually Terminatoring Skele.
Yeah. Bleebinator.
I think there's something you can do when you're doing the Silvers climb where you skip the magic and torches too.
Mm-hmm.
It involves basically just never using Fire Rod. I don't think Skele did that, but maybe he did.
Oh,
he gets a
yeah, a poke,
okay.
I think. Yeah, I was surprised Skele pulled out the sword toward Moldorm because, like, Spleebie held the sword out away from Moldorm.
I think it was just an accident.
Mm-hmm.
I think he knows not to do that. Well, I think Spleebie has a chance to maybe come out of Aga 2 first. No, not with that. Okay. Spleebie's also getting a lot of blue balls.
Yeah.
That's making the fight difficult.
Those were tough patterns for Skele, but he cleaned it up. Here's the Clipe. He gets it. And the Clipe attempt for Spleebie.
Did Skele get the clap so fast he had to wait? Is that what that was?
I don't know if he had to wait. Spleebie gets it, but he doesn't save time, unfortunately.
No. Alright, they are on the back crash screen together. Really just a few seconds apart, minus the silvers difference.
Yeah, it's still an exciting race.
It is. Like, blue balls can still determine it. And, like, something like missing 1-1 could have an impact as well. Skele doesn't have to worry about torch glitch. You don't do torch glitch in silvers unless you get a certain RNGs. Like, there are times when torch glitch can help, but usually you actually don't want it.
So neither runner is using fire rod strats today, which is kind of cool.
Spleebie doing a spin there. You want to walk up and slash, like upright and slash. Part of the reason you want to do. Some people don't believe in that. Part of the reason you want to do that is so that you don't have to hookshot the fairy when it drops. So walk upright and slash will kill the guards in the right place.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I mean, I just noticed it. Because I
Yeah.
saw it happen to Spleebie. I saw him get the fairy and have to hookshot it.
Yeah.
Whereas Skele was able to dash through them. The fairy saves time, by the way. It's not just a safety. It's... Yeah, Slash isn't free, but it's not that hard. I think you can get screwed if you're... You can, like, tink the sword.
Yep.
It doesn't happen that often.
Oh,
So,
interesting strat
yeah.
from Skele, going outside the circle of pots and then going into the left.
Circle of Pots is one of the harder rooms to adapt to all dungeons if you're not doing the hookshot climb. Hookshot climb is probably the coziest climb because you can do Circle of Pots normally, but then you have to do spear guards differently than you're used to, and that one could be hard to optimize. I don't even know if there's a way to do it that isn't just spin both of them. Or spin the first one and slash the other.
Alright, incoming Aga hook speed room for Spleebie.
Yeah, Skele doesn't get to hook speed.
Nice.
Oh, that's a decent. Yeah, we're touching the torch. We are now Aga cutscene apart. Skele still has a good lead. He gets, you know, normally, like, mildly lucky. Not completely unlucky, he should be fine.
Yeah. Mildly unlucky would be fine. Extremely unlucky would not be fine. But Spleebie's already getting blue balls.
Mm-hmm. It looks like they're both having similar luck, but I'm not counting.
Yeah, I don't know. It's at least 3. For Spleebie.
Yeah, it's 3 for Skele for sure.
Wow, looks like
getting
4.
worse luck. 7. Oh,
okay,
no.
well, there's the answer. So that means we're gonna see all 3 blue balls.
Yeah,
here?
I guess so. Gross. Well, so much for Spleebie could catch up with luck. Like I said, the pendulum could swing the other way too. That sure happened. You don't really want somebody to lose because of luck anyway.
Yeah.
Skele did have a better run. It was really just that ice problem that caused it to not even be like a pace.
Yeah.
Looks like he's running against 3 as well. So he could have... Like, it doesn't... I don't think he would have PB'd, but he could have, like, had a run very close to PB.
Right. Okay.
What is this? Ganon. Okay, we're fine. This is
So-
a Ganon of I can take damage, it's fine. Just
Yeah.
have full health. As long as you get the 1-1. Some people even take a hit on purpose to lose beams because the beams are annoying. They're loud. And if you use audio cues, it can be annoying to have to listen around the beams. Do you think 18 arrows is enough for Ganon?
I do.
Interesting. Did Skele go for like a blue Ganon spin? Or did he just slash Ganon?
I missed it.
Maybe he
And
just
Ganon's
slashed
down.
him. Yeah, he very deliberately set up for that triple. By missing torch glitch on purpose and then lighting the second torch on time. So yeah, that's a nice 113 time for Skele. Good run.
Nice run. We get a double spin for Spleebie. Yes. Torch glitch? Yes.
Yep. Okay, now you can just finish the game.
we're joined by Skele. Congrats on the win.
Hey, thanks.
And a nice run up till bases wrap, I guess.
Yeah.
Hard to recover from that. So how did you feel about that altogether?
Yeah, it felt like a really good run all throughout. I was pretty close to PB pace the whole time until the Ice Palace incident. So I'm pretty happy about it overall. I've not really been practicing much lately, so it felt pretty clean despite that.
It's always nice to see golds in a race, and we saw them from Spleebie as well.
Yeah,
It's like
had a couple
Ganon
too.
was a gold. Looks like a gold donuts for Spleebie.
But yeah, after I messed up the wrap, like the second time the graphics were all messed up, I wasn't sure what was happening anymore. Like I'd never
Yeah.
seen that happen, and I got scared, even though I think I probably still could have done it. But
I mean, if you know what the geometry is, you can, but if you don't, I
Right.
think the thing to do is to
Yeah, it's just
transition
graphical.
over and then just move down and do the old strat.
yeah,
I don't think it's possible to hard lock going down.
Hey, GG's going.
yo, GG's.
GG Spleebie, welcome in.
In
And-
these golds.
Yeah, nice run after Helma. Too bad about Helma, of course, but
Yeah,
that's okay. It's all dungeons.
I kept it in the plus 2 minute mark for the whole run. That's fine.
Yeah,
Finally had a good mire though.
yeah, Meyer was huge.
But yeah, Skele just too fast.
Yeah. So, Meyer was good. Vitreous was still scary. I was nervous about the last shot on the eyeball that
Yeah.
lunged toward
A
you.
little bit. Yes. Skele had one of those too.
I was a
Oh,
little
Eyeball.
scared.
Almost an eyeball giz.
Yeah, and I was on 4 hearts, so I was a little bit spooked.
oh, right,
Oh, I was on like 2 hearts at that point.
right. There was a bit of a dance with those silvers.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it actually is slower, though. If as long as you still get the 0 cycle, I actually don't know how that works.
I think as long as you get the 0 cycle, it's the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get a
Sort of
faster second phase because 2 shots instead of 8. But
Yeah, it just depends if any lag is introduced, but
Yeah.
it's probably nothing.
someone correct us if we're wrong. Fox. We must be right. Nobody's shouting anything.
I'm not gonna argue.
Also, the 7 blue balls. My PB is 6 actually. So
It's free. Just don't have a disaster in your all disasters race.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, do you have any plans now that League is over for you or Skele, to continue running all dungeons?
I think I'm gonna take a break from Zelda in general pretty soon, just with holidays coming up, and I got other things I want to do. But I will make an effort to like play some of the weeklies every now and then, though, just to make sure I remember the route, at least. But I probably won't be pushing very hard for the foreseeable future.
I'm sorry. Break from Zelda. What is that?
I know, right?
Well, a break from speedrunning and you do rando. That's what a break from Zelda means. Just- what else are you gonna do?
Yeah. As far as me, I might keep trying for a good run on this route. I think next time I pick up AD, I'll probably learn basement clipping finally.
I think you should learn basement clipping for randomizer before HMG tournament. because it's
Yeah,
not
maybe.
hard and everyone's going to be doing it.
Well, that just threw up a lot of red flags.
It's not that hard.
Everyone's doing it.
I mean, it's
Just
if
try
it
it
comes
once.
up.
Well, it's funny because like last time we had an HMG tournament, like nobody used it.
Yeah,
And
but
then,
you can stop basement clipping whenever you want.
Yeah, and then it was because it was still hard, and then it got easy, and now everyone's gonna do it.
Again, you have to have the opportunity.
Yeah, basement clip Cs are pretty rare, but I think you can reasonably save time in pod by doing it just to
Yeah.
avoid double dipping.
Yeah,
you see a
this
lot
is
more
true.
of those. I mean, I've
Yeah.
already had a game where I saved time doing that. Like, it's not even that hard to save time, let alone do it.
Is doing like fully cave state pod gonna be a thing?
No, not in HMG.
Okay.
That's basement clipping in
can't get
HMG usually means you're skipping hammer or bow. In a seed where you don't need it, or in a seed where you've dipped pod early and just want to clear it, and you happen to be in the back. If you route pod a certain way, you can end in basement and then just quickly basement clip and do the boss and save a lot of time.
Yeah. And I guess if you're gonna skip the bow or something, you're gonna have Cane anyway, because there's no way you can skip both of those and still be able to get 7 crystals.
You wouldn't do it
Right.
without Kane unless you're like Giga Chad and you happen to have a green potion with you. You
Yeah.
also probably have to have the
I don't know,
lamp.
like
You're not
TR
gonna do it in the
Myron.
dark.
Yeah.
Eastern. I guess that TR Meyer and Eastern pendants. Skip bow and cane.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
it's supposed
no.
to be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
As
And
long
then
as
GT
Vicky's
has to
not right
cooperate.
side. Yeah.
Alright, yeah.
Why are we talking about rando?
Because it's almost League.
Yeah.
Different league. There's a lot of leagues happening lately.
True. Yeah, I'm out of questions. Thank you both for this race. I enjoyed watching it. Malmo, fun commentating with you. Do you have any other questions? Anything
Nope.
else to add?
It was a good race. Thanks for running and thanks for joining All Dungeons League. I hope we have another one next year.
Yeah, thanks for doing commentary and thanks for the race, Skele.
Yep. Ditto. And thanks everyone just for participating in League and running it and stuff. It was a lot of fun. This was my first time doing it. I don't think I would do it if it wasn't ADRMG, but it was really fun learning the category and stuff. Taking a break from Rando. It was cool.
Yeah, good to hear.
Thanks, guys. We'll trick you into running NMG someday, Skele.
Okay.
Thanks to Chex and Momo for doing great commentary for that match. GG's to Skele and Spleebie. It was a fun race to watch. We're going to wrap up. I'm going to raid Sawyer here, who is playing this game, but randomized. And thank you so much. I don't have the CSR schedule up. I was supposed to do that. It's kind of late. I don't think anything else is coming up today. Yeah, I don't know if we have anything else coming on today. Anyway, thanks for hanging out, everybody. Have a good one.